Hello, this is Yolantis. I participated in my first POAPathon and I made my first POAP in the November 2021 POAPathon. I'm active in Discord, in POAP, and Gitcoin, and POAPathon, Async, and Palm Network, and Adobe Stock, and Adobe Creative Careers. I would like to share with you a tip and trick about animation today, because I ran into a problem when I tried to animate these hearts in my POAP. So what we're looking at is the Adobe Illustrator version of the POAP I created. First, I made it layered in Illustrator. Everything is on its own layer for a reason. So that I could add shadows later in Photoshop. And so here is the Photoshop version. I followed a tutorial from Thugstrader on Instagram to make all of the shading and the textures. But really what I'm here to tell you about is the animation. I'm going to show you what I am aiming for, and then I'll give you the problem statement. So I'm going to click go on my timeline here, and you can see that the hearts come from behind a layer, and then they go out and they disappear when the circle boundary is. I have a transparency on the circle, and so this might be something you want to do, is make things move and look like they are leaving the circle of your POAP. I had trouble with this using layer masks and clipping masks because I had so many layers, and I would try a layer mask and it would turn the whole circle pink, and it would give me unexpected results. So I'm going to click stop. And first I'll show you where I found the answer. If you go to YouTube and you look up "Yes, I am a designer," this video, Ultimate Guide to Masking in Photoshop, is where I found the answer about vector masks. It has all the different kinds of masks that Photoshop offers. So pixel masks, frame mask, which I had never tried before, and that's a really cool thing. Clipping masks, adjustment layers, and then vector masks. So go ahead and use that on your own. I'm not going to go through this right now. So it took a while to get this file set up with the timeline, and I can't monkey around with it once I have this timeline set up, because if you move one thing in one layer and you're highlighting one frame in the timeline, you're going to just mess it up. So I'm going to show you with this tester. All right. Pink heart, red circle, that's our outline, and I've got, this is a vector frame, and I don't have any animation on here. If you don't know how to get the timeline, it's on window and drop down to timeline right there. If you want to, well, first I'll tell you about transparency and the masking. So this pink heart here is has a clipping mask that is the shape of the red circle. If I highlight the pink heart here, I have a white outline over it, and I have the move tool on, and I try to move this, and you can see that, oh, look, the clipping mask is working. So it's not going to go out of bounds of the circle of the POAP. So let's try this vector frame. The problem you might have is the actual frame itself is going to move, and that's what I ran into. I kept on adjusting the heart, and if you see this black outline, that is the actual circle moving. So it's going into the transparency area, which is what I don't want. And I missed my deadline to submit the animated POAP because I kept on getting results I did not want. So the trick to not moving this frame is to look at these highlights and then only click the thing you want to move. I clicked the purple heart, and now see, we've got the circle defined, and it was moved and adjusted off of the red circle. So that was the vector frame. The same thing happens with the clipping mask. What you got to do is, if you don't want to move this layer mask or clipping mask with the object that you're trying to move, is you gotta, oh, you see I moved it on the stage, and then this clipping mask moved up, and this was driving me wild. So turn off the link. That was the answer. Now with the link off, sorry, and I'm gonna click undo. You got to watch where that highlight is, and oh, I got to find where the pink heart is. There it is. And that's how you move it. So let me try with the rectangle. I'll show you what I'm doing. So I'm gonna make a first I'm going to select the red circle, because that's going to be the shape of the mask, right? So I'm going to command click onto the icon in the layer panel, and it gives us the marching ants around the red circle. And I'm changing layers now, and I'm going to go to the rectangle layer. So I'm going to animate this rectangle and have it be masked. So I'm going to right click it and do create clipping mask. I can do that way, or I can also go down to the bottom of the layers panel and choose this one, add a layer mask. You can watch that other tutorial to find out the differences. I'm going to make a clipping mask. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. I was going to show you this one, the layer mask. Sorry. There's the layer mask, and right now the circle is the thing that's highlighted. So if I were to hover over the stage and try to move something, this circle is what would, it would not be what I wanted. I need to highlight the thing I want to move, unclick the relationship between the mask and the object in the mask, and then it's going to give me the results I want. Whew, that was long-winded. So next thing you want to do is arrange your stage for your layer 1 in your timeline, where everything is hidden if you want, and then go make yourself another frame with the plus icon in the timeline panel, and you're going to like move the things around to the end state. Like, I want this rectangle all the way off, and just forgive me, this circle is in the wrong location. So now I am going to highlight both and find the tween button. The tween button is on the bottom row of the timeline panel, and it's a circle with like a trail, and it's going to ask me how many frames I need to add. I chose 12 for my little foosbot POAP, and I'm going to go OK, and it tweened it for me. And then you can go play, and you can see the animation going into the transparency. Well, I mean, it's terrible, but this is the effect we were going for. We're trying not to turn everything blue, and we're trying to have the animation go away when it leaves the circle bounds. So that is the tutorial for today. Thanks.